Hey everyone, Sweet Johnny Cage here, back with another guide for Kena, Bridge of Spirits. This time I'm going to show you how to get all of the collectible items in the area Taro's Tree. Just a heads up, you will need to have obtained the bow ability as well as defeat the final boss of the area, which I will not show you, in order to get everything in Taro's Tree. So don't go nuts trying to collect everything your first time through. It is impossible to do so. You have to come back with later items. So, minor spoilers, but I will not show you the boss. The way this guide will work is I'll show you the location of all 7 rot, and then all 4 hats, and then both flower shrines. I do it this way just to break it down categorically, but feel free to check the video description for timestamps for each specific item. So without further ado, let's get started. The first rot is under a log, and this is just near where the first forest tier is. So you will just need to clear out some things here, and then you will be able to lift the log and get your rot. And here it is on the map. I'll try to show you the map every single time. The second rot is near the third forest tier. So once you've unlocked that, you want to take the forest tier, break away this corruption, and then there will be a little shrine in here that you can use a pulse at, and then the rot will pop out, as you can see here on the minimap, not too far from the warp point. Okay, for the third one, it is in a pot on a branch in the forest. You do not need the bow to reach this. Your pulse will do just fine. So once you are in this general area, it's actually not far. It's in between the 2 warp points, actually, as you see there on the map. But once you get this far, just pulse and you'll get it. Next up, we have another rot under a log in this same forest, basically just across from where we were. Here it is on the map. It's very, very close by. Next up is the 5th rot. This rot is underneath a stone on a cliff overlooking the river. I noticed that the use rot icon bounced between the 2 stones, so I'm not sure if this one moves, but just use the rot on whichever one the icon's on, and the rot should pop out. For the 6th one, we have another rot underneath a waterfall. This is really close by to the entrance to Rusu Mountain, but this does count for Taro's Tree. It's literally steps away from the entrance, so it gets a little confusing, but this one counts for Taro's Tree. The 7th one requires a bow, so you want to come to this main tree area where you have to bring the relics later on, and then you want to hop up onto this tree stump, and then using the bow, you can use it as a grappling hook of sorts onto these big flowers. You'll get used to that as time goes on. And then what you want to do is you just want to follow these cliffs. There's some ledge hangs that you want to grip onto. Don't forget to shoot that pot over there. I didn't, but there's some currency in it. So you want to follow along this cliff, and then you will eventually drop down, and there will be a stone for you to lift that has a rot underneath. Your controller was probably vibrating as soon as you entered this area. This is why. It's this rot on this little cliff. This drove me nuts trying to find, but once I got the bow, I came back here for more stuff and realized, hey, this is where it is. So that's all the rots. Next up, we're going to get into the hats. The first hat, which is the bow, is going to be in a house just past the 2nd forest tier. It's actually in the same area. So it's in a chest in this house. For hat number 2, there is a hat cart that is somewhat tucked away and hidden in the forest. It's along this pathway here. So you can attempt to pulse this pot, but you will need to come back later with the bow. I didn't have it at this particular moment, so I didn't really understand that. But there's this hat cart here, and then once you get near it, you will get the fox hat automatically. So this is one that you don't necessarily have to find. You just walk up to the cart, you get the hat. For the next one, which is the butterfly, hat number 3, there is a distant cliff along the river in the main forest section. You could just shoot your bow at the flower, use it as a grapple point, and then there is a chest in this little encampment here. Then you could just press triangle, open it, and you will get the butterfly hat. The final hat that you get is Taro's Mask. You receive this after defeating the final boss of the area. Not going to show you the fight, but once you defeat the boss, you will just automatically loot the mask, very similar to what happens when you approach mask carts. So that's it for all the masks. There's only 4 in this area. Next up, let's go to the flower shrines. The first one is near the second forest tier. It's the one with the waterfall. So once you kind of inspect this area, you'll be able to drop a bucket of water to grow a forest here. This is mandatory to get through the area, so you should know where this is. And then you want to take the forest here and just wait for the icon to appear near the flower shrine. Press R1, and then the forest here will take care of the corruption. You'll get the trophy Good as New. This should be your first flower shrine. Go ahead and press triangle, and then you get some currency as a reward. So the second flower shrine, this requires the bow, but it's on a cliff in this area here. You need to shoot your bow at this glowing rock, follow the trail of stars, I guess, or I don't know, pixie dust, and then just keep shooting each next point on the trees, and then eventually you'll find a final tree tucked back here. You shoot it, it drops the tear into the petal, I guess sprout or something, and then you just use the rot. Now we're going to take the forest here all the way back to where we started this little target puzzle, and the forest, or the flower shrine, will be on the cliff all the way at the end. You have plenty of time with this forest here. Don't feel like you have to rush. You only need it to have 1 HP in order to cleanse the flower shrine. You don't need it to have like full health or anything, so don't worry about that. But just push it into the distance, press R1 once the icon comes up, and then you cleanse the second flower shrine. And that's it. Those are all of the collectibles in Taro's Tree. You should have red boxes all over your minimap. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Kena Bridge of Spirits, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and to join the new community Discord. The link for that is in the description below. I'm Sweet Johnny Cage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.